we are back with another edition of Tire Taboo. We had discussed a little bit earlier during our data deep dives about how Pirelli had new tires this weekend at Silverstone, and we saw them, and they did things, and they didn't do things that they said they were going to do. But I don't want to dive too much into that because we're back with Tire Taboo, and Briana is going to tell us all about everything we need to know around the new tires that we saw at Silverstone. But she cannot use the words degradation, tire, pace, downforce, and performance. So we have to talk about tires, and you can't talk about tires. Spoiler alert, we'll be talking about degradation, and you can't talk about degradation. Lots of fun things. So I will be on it and alerting and doing a really obnoxious, fun buzzer sound every time Briana messes up. So again, degradation.
Oh, yeah, this is such a fun game. Woo!
Tire, pace, downforce, performance. Let's get into it. So first off, why did we get new tires at Silverstone, Briana?
I hate when she gets to use the word in the question. So I can't even do the basic thing of repeating the question and rolling it. Okay. At the start, like in the winter, teams are required to give estimated levels of, I'm going to purposely mess up here because there's no way to do it, estimated levels of downforce to Pirelli. And then Pirelli wants to design wheels that will reduce lap times over time, but they don't want them to pop or explode under the loads that the cars are pushing on them. This is always so difficult. The estimated levels of load, see the thing is I'm going to use load, but I know load and downforce, hit the buzzer, are different things. So I don't want anyone in the mentions telling me that they're different because I know they're different.
Someone's going to correct you in the game of Taboo, being like, what you're saying is wrong. It's like, because she can't say downforce.
It's close enough. So what happened was the team's level of load was so much higher, even at the start of the season, than Pirelli expected. So they fast-tracked their 2024 their 2024 things that hit the track to Silverstone. Because particularly at a track like the one we were just at, there is a high likelihood of the wheels exploding. Now, that is why we got these new tires. It's because this is because we Pirelli didn't want someone to DNF for the rest of the season. That's the whole intention of bringing these new wheels to Silverstone. Nice.
You almost had it there. Okay, so we got new tires at Silverstone. Did it work? Did it do what they wanted it to do? And even if it did, how did it affect the racing that we saw?
I would say, based on what we can see, it worked. Because there was no explosions. And the tires made it... Damn. They made it to the end of the race. And this is one of the thing... I can say that word. This is one of the tracks that is going to put the highest amount of stress on the wheels of an F1 car. I just think wheels is such a bad sounding word.
It just makes me sound, it literally, every time you say wheels, I just think of Hot Wheels or Wheels on the Bus, which is not one
my
car.
brain goes, wheels on the bus goes round and round, round and round, round. So, I guess for that purpose, it did work. I think on the other side of it, though, it made me really worried because we saw no drop-off on any of the tires, on any of the wheels this week as stints went on. I know I mentioned it earlier, but George Russell was able to do almost 30 laps on softs, and that shouldn't be possible. And what we don't know right now is, was that because of this new construction that they brought with these new tires? Or was that because Pirelli was too conservative in picking the C1, C2, C3, and they should have gone down? And I understand why Pirelli, from a business perspective, would want to be conservative, but a true one stop that probably could have been a no stop at the British Grand Prix is worrisome to me.
Yeah.
This is a circuit that puts so much stress through the wheels of an F1 car. And so if you can't get a two-stop out of this race, it would be like, you'll definitely won't get a two-stop out of upcoming races. So did it improve racing? I don't know if this new tire construction was the problem. Damn it.
Tire's really getting you in this tire
I know.
taboo, and it seems like it's the most obvious one, and it's great. It's so fun.
I'm not normally this bad with that word. I don't know if it was the construction that was the problem this weekend, but for F1 racing to be truly, truly good, in my opinion, the difference between a one stop and a two stop needs to be so small that the teams don't know which one is going to be the best. And the bigger differentiation there is in what is the quote unquote like best or second best, I'm reading the list of words and I'm like, can I say this? Tires. Yeah, no, I couldn't say that.
Reads words I can't say. Says word I cannot say.
Pit strategy. The better the racing's going to be, because we want the teams to be forced into maybe making the wrong decision or having multiple decisions that could be right decisions. And tires need to... I was so focused on not saying degradation that I said tires. Wheels need to fall off during the course of a stint in order to make that happen. So racing strategy wasn't great this weekend, and I don't know if right now yet if that's because of these new tires that came. Wow. Okay, that's it. That is everything you should know. Yeah, end my pain, end my suffering. I don't think we've played this game so many times now, it feels like, and I've never been this bad
really
at
got
it.
you. You just really didn't want to say wheels, and you know what? That's okay. Well, thanks for playing Tire Taboo.
I hope someone actually learned something in between all of my just screaming.
Thank you for listening to this highlight from episode 25 of Gridwalk. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a bunch more F1 videos. Also, you made it this far in this video. Why not watch the rest of the podcast? You can click here for the full thing. Ready? Click, 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 click.